want to talk about the state of the WWE women's tag team division. And when I mean state, I mean, are they dead in the water, or are they thriving, or are they somewhere in between? Right? And now the tag team titles were announced on December 24th, 2018. The current champions as of this time, which is November 7th, 2024, are Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Now I'm going to give some pros and I'm going to give you some cons, and then I'm going to tell you where I think that this division stands. Now, the first pro that I'm going to give is that there is an actual tag team division. That means that there are tag teams in this division. You have Damage Control. You have Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. You have the Fatal Influence, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, Meta Girls, Pure Fusion Collective, the Unholy Union. And then you also have Raquel and Liv. They're also a tag team, and I love this. I love that we have so many tag teams because it gives you fresh matchups. Not just that, it's always good to have competition. It's always good to have competition. And so I love that we have an actual tag team division. I think that that's a good thing to have, especially with the talent. I think the talent that are there is great. I mean, the potential is there. The potential is there to have show-stealing matches. Right? And then I have a miscellaneous section. And that's because there are certain tag teams that I feel like you can kind of put together. Just, WWE does it all the time just for the sake of it. And I think you can do that with Natty and Lyra and Selena. I feel like Nia Jax and Tiffany can go after the titles if they wanted to. I feel like Bayley and Naomi could go after the titles as well. Now, I don't know about Lyra and Tatum. I feel like they were a team, but they're not a team anymore. But like I said, competition is always good. And then the next thing that I have as a pro is that the tag teams are being shown on TV. They're actually being featured on television all the time. And I have to say and give credit to Jade and Belair because they are continuously on TV. And on their shoulder, what do you see? The tag titles. The tag titles are always on their shoulders. Either they're being interviewed, they have a match, or they have a promo. Whatever they're doing, they're always talking about the tag titles. And so I'm happy that they're actually being showcased on TV and that we know that this division exists. Always a good thing. Right? And then the next pro that I have is that the titles are being defended. I feel like this can go with the second one and the first one. I think all of the pros are connected because the titles are being defended more on TV. And I have to say again, it's also because of Jade and Bianca. They always want the smoke. They said we have no problem defending the titles. They've defended the titles against Damage Control. They've defended the titles against the Meta Girls. And if they're not defending their titles, they are in singles matches. And those matches are literally connected to the tag titles somehow. Like Io versus Bianca. What an amazing match. Again, because of the tag titles. So like I said, that's amazing. And I think those are great pros to have in this division. But we do have some cons. And my con is going to be the storylines in this division. Now, I love that Jade and Bianca are the champions, but let's be honest, the storyline hasn't been that great. Now, I don't know if we're going into a new phase here or we're going to turn a corner because Jade and Bianca did win the Fatal 4-Way match in Crown Jewel. And I feel like that kind of solidified this new reign for them. And they did kind of have a storyline going in there, that being that they lost their title in a 3-way match or in a multiple tag team match. And so that was the thing, can they really win a title against 3 other people? Because they never lost the title the first time. They were never pinned. Someone else was pinned. That was the story, And then we had them come out and they were talking to Liv. Again, they're showcasing the titles. But I just hope that we get a better story from here because, this team should be a powerhouse. This team should really be running over some of these teams. But some reason they're not being booked that way. So I'm hoping that they're booked stronger for their second reign, right? And then you have like the mid card of this division, where it's the Pure Fusion Collective, and you have Kaden and Katana, and then you have Lyra was in there too. Lyra was in that mix. Selena was in that mix. And this whole storyline was just that they run the division. And in my honest opinion, that's not even a storyline. That's not even true. You cannot run the division if you are not the champions. The champions run that division. And so I feel like if we could just get some more juicier storylines, that's kind of surface level. I feel like we can do more. We can do more. And I hope that we can do more because the talent is there. The talent is there. But the storyline is just, it's never there. They try, though. They try. And then I think that another con is the way that their matches are booked. Yes, we're getting more matches that are included in this tag team division, but the matches are either extremely short, they're ended in a really dumb way with some kind of disqualification or somebody interfering. And I just feel like, we can do better. We can do better. Like, there was a match where you had the Meta Girls versus Jade and Bianca, and I kid you not, that match could not have lasted more than 5 minutes. They started the match, Legend looked great, the Meta Girls got distracted, Bianca and Jade won the match. That's it. That is all that happened. And I was just like, okay, like, sure. But then, you have that match in Crown Jewel where it was longer and it did showcase them much better. I thought it was a little chaotic at the end, but for the most part, it did showcase that division a lot better than they're usually showcased. But I just wish we had some better matches like Io and Bianca. That was an amazing match. I thought that was a good match. I liked the Fatal 4-Way match that they had on SmackDown, to promote the Crown Jewel match. That was a good match. And I just, let's keep having these good matches. Let's not have short matches that are just there to be there. Let's not have these storylines where we're just doing things to do things. Like, let's start being more, more initiative. We need more initiative here. More intentional. I think that's what this division needs. And I thought we had a good storyline with the Pure Fusion Collective when they broke Katana's nose, but it wasn't even like Katana was just a bit more aggressive, but then you added everybody else, and I feel like it kind of overshadowed it. We could have had something there. There was a blood feud that could have happened from there, but we didn't see it. And now, there's not a lot of time on Raw, so you don't get to see the Raw tag team division as much. Or the quantity has definitely lowered. You got to see them this past Raw, but before that, not really. And so, there are improvements that need to be made. Now, where do I think this division stands? I think that their head is just above water. It's just above water. Either we're going to get out of the ocean and go onto the beach and thrive, or we're going to be dead in the water. But right now I'm going to say we're kind of in between, because yes, we're more showcasing this division. We're trying to have more storylines. We have good champions, but there's still something missing. There's still something that doesn't click, and it's not the talent. The talent are there. And so I don't know what needs to happen, but I do know that it is not as bad as it could be. But it's not as great as it could be. We're in the middle. I think that we're in the middle. And this can change tomorrow. It could change in a week from now. Do I think that the division is still cursed? I think that curse still lives. I don't know what it's going to take for that curse to be defeated. But who knows? You can never say never in wrestling. And I do like the talent. So thank you for watching.